Welcome to Southern Waypoint's fishing tips and tricks today. So we've got a few things that I want to share with you. Our boat, we're supposed to be getting it back hopefully very soon this weekend. And we're going through a list of things that we need to have on the boat to make sure that we're going to be safe, that people are on the boat with us are safe, and we can prevent a lot of things from happening and going wrong on the water. So this isn't an all-inclusive list, but I want to just share a few things with you that I thought about. Number one is communication while you're on the water. This is the Garmin inReach. You can see how compact it is, and then you can see the personal locator beacon. Okay, and they do similar things. They both put out a signal to give your GPS location when you do certain things to activate it on the water. This one comes, an antenna flips up, and then you hit the button, and it'll send to the Coast Guard your location every 10 minutes, and it lasts for several days. So this is really good. Now this is a little different in the fact that you can actually send text messages while you're out on the water. So it connects to the satellite and sends those signals back. So you can actually communicate with people on the shore. I mean, if you're out there and you decide, hey, the fishing's really good, you can text your wife, say, if you want, and tell her, I'm going to be out here for longer than what I expected. Or if you have an emergency on the boat, God forbid somebody get injured and you need help on the water, Coast Guard, you can tell them exactly what's going on if you're out of radio range. Now on my boat, I actually put in an 8-foot fiberglass antenna, and make sure that you have a 5-watt radio on there. That gives you the biggest amount of distance with that wattage on there. So these are two must-haves. You can choose and pick your subscription and what you want for your needs for the Garmin inReach. The personal locator beacon doesn't require a subscription, but boy, being able to text and communicate on shore is really huge. The next thing is going to be flares. We have handheld flares, like the Orion handheld flares, and then we have the Orion gun. And both of them are perfectly fine. Obviously, the gun looks a lot more cool than the handheld stuff. But big tip for you, they cannot be expired, and they typically only last a year, 2 years. And if you get pulled over or boarded by FWC or the Coast Guard, they'll check this. They have to be unexpired. So make sure what you've got isn't expired. This kit here comes with a few things. It comes with this mirror, that is obviously they've used that for years and years and years to flag somebody down. It comes with the whistle. So that's a really cool kit. The next thing would be fire extinguisher. And look, this is also a must-have on your boat. Now, if you've got a boat less than 26 foot, one Coast Guard approved fire extinguisher like this kitty, I don't know, it's kid, anyway, is a great one. Now this one has the gauge on the front, so you can look at it and tell. Now some of them that are Coast Guard approved, you have to push down a button, and if it comes back up, that means it's still good to go. I've been on a boat where we've had a fire. If we didn't have that fire extinguisher, it would have been a lot of trouble. It was in the center console. Some battery lines got crossed over with a metal hose, actually, shorted them out and started a fire in the center console, and we had the fire extinguisher, else it would have been extensive damage, to say the very least. So if your boat's 26 foot or over, you're going to be looking at getting 2 of these for your boat, and put them in locations that are easy to get to, and make sure you know how to operate them. Obviously, pulling the pin and squeezing and aiming at the bottom part of the fire. So super important here. This is another cool item here. It's a booster pack by NOCO. And when we were redoing the boat, I was thinking, man, you know, I want to have redundancy on the boat, and that's so important for everything, right? So I was thinking, well, maybe we should run cables over from the trolling motor batteries to the starting motor batteries and pin them up on the side, and if we had a starting battery go low, we can just attach to the trolling motor batteries. But you know, that thought process isn't really good, especially if you've been on the water for 8 hours and your trolling motor batteries are depleted, and then that's not really going to help you crank your boat at that point. This product here was sold locally by a company called Electro, and it will start my motor, and you can get whatever size you need for your boat as well. You charge it for 4 to 6 hours, and it comes with the cables to connect and it just plugs into the end, and you put it on, and you turn the power on, and it'll start your boat. So man, I'm talking about just having the peace of mind while you're on the boat, knowing you got the jam going all day long, the live wells running, your Garmin or your chart plotters running all day long, and whatever else is running, and you want to be able to have that peace of mind. So 4 to 6 hour charge on this, put it on the boat, and you got some peace of mind with this. And then really the last thing is if you've got a trolling motor, and they're really going more towards this because it's such a huge advantage to have a trolling motor, but not just the trolling motor, but one with spot lock on it. And I know a lot of my friends have put them on their super nice boats. We were on an Invincible with my buddy, and he had 2 on the front. Man, they're doing everything with these machines these days. But the tip for this is 2 tips, okay? Number 1, if you haven't used this remote control in a while, month, 2 months, whatever, and you're going to go offshore, make sure that your battery is good on this, okay? The second tip is you can download the app. If you have, on this one, obviously it's a Minn Kota, you can download the iPilot, that's not easy to say, iPilot app, and you can sync it with your motor. So if this has a problem and goes bad, or you drop it overboard, you can still use your phone to control and spot lock your motor on the boat. So these things are vitally important to help keeping you safe and enjoying the time that you have on water. The other thing I would say is a first aid kit. And everybody needs to have one, and you can customize that first aid kit to your needs, whether you're inshore, offshore, or you're taking a trip from St. Pete Beach down to the Keys. Whatever it is, you can really, I would suggest you stocking that first aid kit with the things that you know that you could be using and need on that trip. Bandages, I mean, whatever it's going to cost. But I would say get your own customized first aid kit. They make them already put together. You can buy them a lot of different places, so make sure you have one of those on the boat. And look, all of these things will keep you having a good time on the water, keep you safe, keep your family safe, your friends safe, and just enjoying being out in the open. Hey, look, keep tight lines moving forward, and you guys have a great week, and I'll see you soon.